In today's video, we'll be looking at the Slice Studio feature inside of Affinity and how we can leverage it in order to export different portion or parts of images or composition with greater flexibility from Affinity. So if you want to follow along with this tutorial, please find the link for the images in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity. Now with that said, let's get started with the video. So if you observe or look into the right hand side, inside of the layers panel, you'll see that here we have different layers of images, starting with the background image of the plate and different images or layers of the dumplings, which has been masked out. And we have different images of the dumplings starting from dumpling 1 all the way to dumpling 4. So now in order to access the slice tool, in order to export different parts of the image, first of all, let's navigate to the top and click on the 3 dots icon right here besides the studio, and inside of it we can simply navigate below and turn on the Slice Studio option right here. After turning on the Slice Studio option, you'll be able to see the Slice Studio on the top right here. Now we'll simply navigate outside, click outside of the canvas in order to commit. And now we can see that we have the Slice Studio besides other studio. So let's click on the Slice Studio to access the Slice Studio. And after accessing the Slice Studio or selecting the Slice Studio, you'll see that we have a new studio or UI dedicated to the Slice Studio inside of Affinity. And in this studio, we can make the slices of different composition or images and export them from Affinity externally outside with greater flexibility. So to demonstrate, first of all, make sure that you are first of all selecting the slice tool right here. And after selecting the slice tool, now let's create a slice of this image. So I want to export all 4 dumplings from this image from Affinity. So in order to do that, we can simply click and drag it like so in order to make the slice. So right now I'm satisfied with this dimension, so I'll let go of the slice. Now if I look into this slice that we have recently made, then there is a part of dumpling on the bottom left that is left out. So I can simply click here and then adjust the width of our slice dimension. And after making the slice, if you look at the top, you'll see different properties of the slice that we have created, starting with the dimension of 804 by 766 pixels, slice name which is slice 1, slice format which is PNG, color mode which is RGB 8-bit. So if you look at the right inside of the export options and go into the default mode, you'll see that these are the settings that will be applied by default whenever we create a new slice inside of Affinity within the Slice Studio. We can change this option for our future slices. However, right now, I'll simply change the properties or one of the property of this slice that we have just created. So in order to change the property, we can simply navigate and switch our mode to selection. And the mode of selection simply refers or represents the currently selected slice that we recently have created. Now navigate to the right, and from the properties of file format, let's change our option to JPEG. So after changing our option to JPEG, you will now see that on the left, the properties has changed in terms of its file format from PNG to JPEG. So similarly, you can change other settings as well. That would be reflected on the currently created slice property on the top. Now, if you look at the bottom left inside of the slices panel, you'll see that now it has created the new slice as its slice 1 layer inside of the slices panel. So in order to export this slice, we can simply navigate to the right and click on this export icon right here, and it will show us where we want to save this slice to. So we can simply click on the exported file which I have already created, and on top of this file name we can simply click and drag and then rename the file name as alldumplings.jpg. And after we are satisfied with the file name, we can simply select the export button in order to export the slice. Now if we check by opening the Finder window, by navigating inside of the Finder window and clicking on the right mouse button on the desktop icon right here and selecting Open in new tab. You'll now see that we have a new folder called Exported here. Simply select Exported folder, and in here now you can see that we have all dumplings filed right here inside of it. Now let's come back to our Affinity app by simply clicking on the Affinity app, where we are currently inside of the Slice Studio. Now similarly, we can also slice out the individual dumpling and then export it all at once or one by one by changing its individual settings, or we can simply navigate to the right and select the Export Layers panel right here, and then instead of making the slice of each of the dumplings one by one, we can leverage the layers for each of the dumplings that are present in the layers panel. So as you can see here, we have the layers for each of the dumplings right here. And what we can do is we can simply select on dumpling 1 layer right here and then hold down the shift key and then again navigate to the top and select dumpling 4 layer right here in order to select all of the dumpling images inside of our composition. And next, in order to create a slice, we can simply navigate below and select the Create Slice button right here. So what it basically does is, if we navigate back to our slices panel right here, it has created these individual dumplings as a new slice, starting with dumpling 1 all the way to dumpling 4. So we can export either one dumpling image or all of the dumpling image at once inside of our external folder outside of Affinity. So first, let's check exporting individual dumpling images. So I'll come to dumpling 1 for now. So I'll select it, and you can see that it has highlighted the dumpling 1 slice in blue, and then navigate to the left and click on this particular icon to open the settings of it. Inside of dumpling 1, you'll see we have different settings right here, starting with the file name of PNG, and below it you can see that we also have the option of quality right here, where it begins with the quality of 1 times all the way to 3x. So what this option basically does is it simply times with the current DPI value of that particular slice of image. So for example, let's consider 2x quality right now. If we select 2x quality, this option simply times the current resolution value or DPI value of that particular slice, which is dumpling 1 that we have currently selected. So if we select or look into other options, then we have 3x and 1x, where 1x is the default and resolves to the same DPI as it is if selected, and 3x simply times 3 times with the current DPI of that particular slice that is being selected. 100 width simply exports the quality of that particular slice, where the exported slice will have the width of 100 pixels, where the height will be calculated accordingly. 50H will export this dumpling 1 with the height of 50 pixels. 64P will export this dumpling 1 slice by the equal sizes of width and height as 64 pixels. 64 pixels, 2x will export dumpling 1 with equal dimension size on both height and width of 64 pixels and quality of 2x, and 32W, 32H will simply export this dumpling 1 with the width of 32 pixels and height of 32 pixels. So for now, I'll simply select the option for the quality of 3 times for now, and we can export this particular slice or any of the slice in your composition in this different quality for using these slices of images in different screen sizes or composition. So the next thing is we can also export this particular slice of dumpling 1 in different file formats. For example, right now you can see that we have PNG file format selected by default. However, if we navigate below and select this plus icon right here, then you'll be able to see that it has now created a new row of settings for this particular slice. So we can simply change by navigating and selecting in this particular file format, and then change the format to maybe JPEG for now, and then change the quality to anything other than 1x. For example, we can select the quality to be 64 pixels, which means 64 pixels wide and 64 pixels height. However, we'll simply click on this trash icon since we do not want to export dumpling one slice in different formats. So we'll simply click on the trash icon to get rid of it. So we can simply also add different variation of image quality or resolution by clicking on the plus icon right here, which will add a new resolution setting or resolution row right here. So we can simply click on this drop down and select any other option. So we can select 64p, which means 64 by 64 pixels. That would be the square of our slice. And now in order to export this dumpling one slice with all of the settings, we can simply click on this export icon right here, which will open the box asking us where we want to export the file. So we can simply select on the exported file right here or folder right here, and then navigate below and select the export button. After selecting or clicking the export button, let's navigate below and open our Finder window. And if you look inside of the Finder window, you'll now see that we have dumpling 1, which is 64 pixels by 64 pixels in dimension, and dumpling 1 at 3x, which is of 3x resolution. So let's go back to our Affinity UI inside of the Slice Studio. Now the next thing that we can do is we can also select dumpling 1 slice right here, and then copy these settings and paste those settings to every other dumpling slice. So for example, we can select dumpling 1 right here, and by selecting dumpling 1, we can simply navigate to the top and then click on this icon called Copy Export Setup to Clipboard. And what it simply does is copies these settings inside of the clipboard. And then next we can simply click on the other dumpling slices. So I'll select dumpling 2, hold down the shift key, and then select dumpling 4, and then paste by simply navigating and clicking on this icon called Replace Export Setup from Clipboard. And this will basically replace all the settings inside of these dumplings. So now if we click on this particular on collapse icon, you'll see that the settings from dumpling 1 has been successfully copied and pasted or replaced in this dumpling 2 slice as well. And if I open the other slice of dumpling 3 and dumpling 4, you'll be able to see that the same settings are replaced inside of these dumplings as well. So I'll collapse these slices for now, and now after collapsing them, by selecting all 3 of the dumplings, I can simply navigate below and click on export slices. So this will open the box asking us where we want to export these 3 dumpling slices. So we can simply click on exported folder right here and navigate below and select export button. Now it will ask us if we want to export new items only by replacing the existing ones inside of that folder, or we want to export them all by appending with existing folder. So we'll simply click on the export button right here, and now it is processing and has exported successfully. Now if we navigate below and select our Finder window, you'll see that all of the other dumpling images or slices also has been successfully exported inside of the exported folder. Now let's come back to our Slice Studio inside of Affinity. Now the next best feature inside of the Slice Studio in Affinity is, let's navigate below and check this box of continuous. After checking the box of continuous, what it does is, if we navigate back to our Pixel Studio and then modify any of the dumplings or any of the layers here, then that modification or changes or edit will be reflected outside of Affinity to the slices or the files that we have exported from the Slice Studio. So to demonstrate, I'll select dumpling 1 as our test layer for now. So let's navigate below and click on this particular adjustments icon inside of our layers panel, and inside from the adjustment icon, let's navigate below and I'll select the curves option right here, And after selecting the curves option, I'll simply reposition the curves box to set it at this particular position. And what I will be doing now is I'll simply increase the brightness of our dumpling one layer. So I'll add a node here in our axis and then drag it all the way to the up, like so. So after dragging it all the way to the top left, now you can see that it has brightened our dumpling one layer. So in order to commit, let's close the curves box. And now if you have noticed here, when we increase the brightness of the overall dumpling one, then it also affects the background layer right here. So if I hide the curves adjustment layer here, you'll see that the background has also been affected with it. However, we want the curves adjustment layer to only affect dumpling one. So in order to do that, we'll simply click and drag it inside of dumpling one layer in order to clip that curves adjustment effect to dumpling one only. So now you can notice that it no longer has applied its effect to the background layer and only has restricted its effect to dumpling one layer. So next, if we navigate back to our Slice Studio, you'll notice that the same effect has been applied to dumpling one here as well. And if I go and open our Finder window and open our dumpling one file right here like so, you can see right now that it is small. However, if I zoom in by selecting the zoom tool right here, it will affect the dumpling in the dumpling one file as well. That is, the curves effect will also impact the dumpling one file that we have exported from the Slice Studio. So I'll simply close this for now. Since it is not visible, I'll simply open Slice 1 image right here where it is much more visible and distinct. So if I open Slice 1, now you can see that the curves adjustment layer that we have applied to dumpling 1 has been reflected inside of Slice 1 image that we have exported outside of Affinity. So this is the magic or one of the most innovative feature inside of Affinity, which is the continuous feature in Slice Studio. You can use this feature for any kind of composition or UX project or motion design whenever you are working inside of Affinity. I hope you understand the basic essential concept of the Slice Studio in Affinity. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button. And for more tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.